Well, I'm delighted today to be speaking to Joe Moynihan, who's the CEO of Jersey Finance. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So we're here at the Ritz-Carlton in Singapore. You're the gold sponsor of PCD's networking lunch here for 120 guests. Really looking forward to it. I'd be interested to hear a little bit more about the Singapore market and its importance for Jersey.
Sure. Well, as you're probably aware, we have had a presence in this part of the world for quite a long time with somebody in Hong Kong, somebody in Shanghai, and we have developed a pretty good reputation in that market. But we did a review of Southeast Asia about 18 months ago to try and figure out where we're going to go next. And logically, Singapore is the place to be. We're very fortunate. We identified somebody in the summertime. He started with us on the 5th of September. And your lunch is a fantastic platform to introduce him to the wider market. He's already very active on the ground. He's been to Jersey. He's met a lot of our member firms. But we're looking forward to today because it's almost an official launch.
Fantastic. And he's looking across the different service lines that Jersey might offer: funds, corporate, trust services.
Yes. Funds, corporate, private wealth.
Yes.
And private wealth includes funds and investment management as well. And we see our offering very much complementary to what's happening here. We've operated like that in a number of other international finance centres, like, for example, the DIFC. We have a presence there for quite a long time, and we see what we do is very much complementary to what they do there, and we expect the same outcome here.
And what are some of the key messages that you'll want to deliver over the lunch today? What is it you're trying to get across from Jersey?
I think at this point it will be introducing Yao to the people on the ground and getting them familiar with him. For us as a jurisdiction, I suspect many of the people that will be in the audience are familiar with Jersey. So it'll be very much around outlining our Southeast Asia strategy, outlining where Yao fits into all of that. And I guess from a broader perspective, the fact that we see ourselves as very much a global international finance centre with the business now over 50% originating from outside of Europe. So the key markets internationally are very important for us, and we have been expanding on those over the last couple of years.
And I mean, UK and Europe is a very important part of the market here for investment, and obviously Jersey's a natural partner. So for those investing into the UK, I guess you've got a great story there, haven't you? Your proposition.
Absolutely, the proposition is very strong in that area, and we have had a lot of success in that area. We believe there are more opportunities for us as things move on. And whilst a lot of our business in the past might have come from UK/Europe, not that much coming anymore, still substantial enough, and UK is really important for us for exactly the reason you've said. So much of the capital that's intermediated through Jersey ends up in the UK. And we have a very strong relationship with UK from a professional level. Our member firms would have contacts throughout the UK, and then we have a good relationship with the CBI and with City UK.
And looking further afield, I mean, the US market's a major location for wealth and investment.
Yes, we with the support of government, we opened an office in New York in 2019.
Yeah.
It was very much a strategic play focused on funds and trying to present our proposition as an opportunity for fund managers looking to access EU institutional investors. And explain to them that there was an alternative to Luxembourg using our private placement regime, and that has been very successful for us. So 3 years in, we've been really pleased with the progress that we've made, substantial increase in the number of funds and AUM, and we're now looking to push the message outside of the greater New York area where we focused on.
And are there any innovations coming down the line in Jersey that you're out talking to people about? What are the hot topics?
Well, I guess from a general perspective, we're constantly looking at our legislation to make sure that it's current, that it's competitive. And we have done quite a bit of work on our limited partnership legislation. We will be finalising LLC legislation, which would provide us with a platform which US fund managers are much more familiar with, based on what they've used in the past. And we have a number of areas from a fintech point of view. We're pushing hard with industry, because Jersey has invested historically in its telecoms infrastructure. And as a consequence, we have the fastest broadband speed in the world. We're the only jurisdiction that has fibre connectivity to every home and business on the island. So that served us really well during the pandemic. So when you had partners and kids working from home or watching Netflix or whatever people were doing, the actual telecoms infrastructure held up really, really well.
And as you say, are you experiencing a lot of inbound people moving businesses into Jersey over this extraordinary period we've lived through?
I think we have seen, we've focused for our industry certainly on the funds area, and we have seen fund managers move to Jersey. I think people realised that they didn't have to be in the city after all.
Yeah.
And then with the telecoms backbone that we have, that makes it even more attractive. So yes, we have seen some fund business relocate, and for the right businesses, we're always open to discuss.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And are you also seeing any trends in ESG and sustainable investing?
Very
You've
much
done
so.
some research reports around that field.
We did a lot of work back in 2019, 2020, and 2020, and we released our Jersey for Good campaign last year, early 2021, which outlined our ambition as a centre to be recognised as a leading sustainable international finance centre by 2030, and we put in a 2-year roadmap, which we're almost coming to the end of. Huge amount of work gone into that, and a lot of member firms coming with us on that. The big issue for us, as indeed everybody has the big challenges, what are the standards? Who sets the standards? So I think what we have avoided doing is saying, well, here is the Jersey gold standard. We want to have an international gold standard, which we will comply with. But we did actually have, for the first time ever, our Sustainable Finance Awards, recognising individuals and companies that have made a significant step on the ESG journey, if you like, and that was very well received.
And you mentioned before you've got colleagues all around the world in offices. You've got Faisal and Anne over in Dubai. You've got your colleagues in New York.
Yep.
We're travelling in a couple of weeks with Alan, and you've got Rafaro down in Johannesburg.
Correct,
You've got a great global footprint of representatives, and obviously now with the office here. What do you see for the growth of the work you're doing, telling the story? Where would you like to be more present or active?
I think that, since the pandemic, we have increased our headcount in London.
Yeah.
We have, as you say, appointed Rafaro in Johannesburg. It's just been appointed here in Singapore. And we have somebody in Shanghai as well. So I think that for us, certainly for 2023, that's where we'll be focused. We will be standing back and looking for a next 4-year plan, because we've planned in line with the Jersey Government plan, and trying to identify what other areas, if any, we should be focused on, where we need to perhaps increase our investment or decrease our investment, depending on what's happening from a global perspective. But we do see good opportunity in all of the areas that we have focused on. And one of the things, and you'll know from working with them, we have a fantastic team.
Yeah.
All our representatives on the ground, they're really, really good team, which makes it very easy for us.
And you always run an ambitious programme of events. That will go on into 2023. But what are some of the plans for what you'll have? You've got your flagship London conference, things like that. Are there key dates in the calendar that kind of stand out for you?
The big one is obviously the London flagship.
Yeah.
That will continue.
Yeah.
We have had a flagship in Dubai now for 2 years. Again, this year, we just finished it last week. Really well attended, really pleased with that. So those 2 events will certainly go. We will have an official opening of the Jersey Finance presence here in Singapore in the early part of next year, I suspect. And then there will be the usual flow of other events that we have in different locations.
But Dubai is a very interesting centre, isn't it? What was some of the discussion going on there in the conference? What are some of the things you think people are concerned about?
I think a lot of the focus in that conference was on family wealth and proper management of family wealth, and some of the challenges that you have specific to the region. And Faisal put a fantastic panel together to talk about that. A lawyer, somebody from EY, and then somebody who had been running a family office, very, very experienced. All of them extremely experienced, extremely knowledgeable, and very happy to share their insights. So I think that was probably the highlight of it.
Fantastic. Well, look, Joe, great to speak to you today. Look forward to seeing you over lunch and wishing you continued success growing the Jersey Finance team.
Thanks very much, David. Thank you.